Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as well as me and front of us, Celtic Cross Spread as always. And I also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling over the astrology ice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Mercury. And Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius for most of November. I think it's going to get there around the 3rd. And then it's actually going to retrograde toward the end of November. So Sagittarius for you guys is your 9th house of philosophy, higher learning, and foreign affairs. All right, we have Pisces, and Pisces for you guys is your 12th house, and 12th house in general points to spirituality, blind spots, mental health. And we have Saturn retrograde in there, and we also have Neptune retrograde in Pisces as well. And 1. So obviously that's you guys, and we pretty much just had that full moon in your sign. Other than that, you guys have had the North Node moving through your sign for a while. It's wrapping up its transit there, and then we also have Chiron who's been there for an extended stay as well. So, and I will say with that full moon, that definitely just got activated too. So definitely show why you have some focus on yourselves this month. But we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the King of Wands, which is Leo energy. And squaring that, we have the 5 of Wands, also Leo energy. So to me, this says you might be in a leadership position this month in some way. And could just be saying that you might have some dissenting points of view. If that is the case, maybe not everyone's going to be as supportive as you would like. And not only that, it could also just be saying that maybe if this is the position that you're seeking, let's say, too, that you just might have to be prepared for the fact that it would be very competitive. So I can see that playing out either way, but for a lot of you, I feel like this is saying that you're already there. You just might find that your environment isn't as supportive as you would like at this time. All right, in the foundation position, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here. Yeah, so to me, this says that you probably are pretty stable financially, right? Could just be saying that you have your fair amount of abundance in your lives at this time. And it could just be saying that maybe because of that, that could be where some of this competition's coming into play, right? Maybe people are envious of where you are at this time. And this could also be saying that if you're not necessarily feeling that right now, you might feel it a little bit closer to the middle of the month when we have the full moon in Taurus. All right. Past energy, we have the 10 of Swords. So yeah, so this could just be saying that you might have gone through a bit of a rough ending in the past, right? So it's one of those things too where it could just be saying that maybe you went through your challenges to get to the point where you are now, and maybe people that don't necessarily know that might see where you are now and look at it from a position of envy, but basically because they don't see all the hard work that might have gone into it up to that point. All right, in the present position, we have the 5 of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy here. So yeah, so this is definitely very similar energy to the 5 of Wands. But to me, this says that ultimately you might decide that you just want to make quick work of the situation, right? Like, okay, I have these people who are, just being a little obnoxious in my environment. Let me just cut that off right now, right? Let me just put it to an end quickly and move on with my day. All right, in the near future position, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, this looks like a bit of an exploratory energy, right? So for some of you, might actually just, kind of relieve yourselves of that pressure, right? Of all this, being seen a certain way and having people having issues with that, right? This could just be saying that you might find that you want to go to a more supportive environment in general, right? So for some of you, it could just be as simple as maybe just taking a vacation somewhere. But for others of you, could just be saying maybe you're just going to move around in different environments and get a feel for where you could find a better fit for where you're at currently. All All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, so this could just be saying that you might be enjoying a little bit of solitude, right? So for some of you, this could be one of those things too, where maybe you've kind of built up a lot of the success that you have on your own, right? So it could just be one of those things where maybe it's something that, even if it's not the ideal circumstance for you, it's one that you're comfortable with and can operate well in. So it could just be saying that for some of you might decide to withdraw a little bit, realizing that, okay, there's this contentious energy in the air. Let me just withdraw, do what I got to do to stay out of the fray. All right, in the environment position, we have the moon. So yeah, so this could just be saying that what you're seeing in your environment, you don't necessarily feel like you could trust it at this time, right? And for some of you, I do usually point out when I do see the moon that we should look at the primary lunar cycles that are taking place within that time frame. And like I mentioned, we just had the full moon in your sign, so it could be pointing to that. But then aside from that, we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio right at the start of November, and then a full moon right in the middle. So it could be pointing to any of those times. But yeah, to me, this ultimately says that you guys might feel like, okay, either you're not seeing the situation clearly, and that could be why you're withdrawing, or you have the realization that, okay, others aren't necessarily seeing your circumstances clearly. So that could be another reason to withdraw too, right? So like I said, for those of you where if you feel like people were coming at you with this bit of an energy of envy and jealousy, you're like, okay, well, they don't understand that, yeah, I might be here now in this position of success, but I had to go through hell to get there, right? In the hopes or fears position, we have the Ten of Wands. So yeah, so to me, this is another indicator that says that you've done all the work that you needed to do to get to that point, right? And you're coming to the realization that, like, you know what? Well, I'm glad I am where I am now. Hopefully I don't have to go through that pathway again, right? And for some of you, especially if this is a career thing, it makes me think of the fact that you guys finally have Pluto getting ready to leave your career house for good for the rest of your lifetime, basically, and that'll be around the 20th of November. So it could just be pointing to that. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, so to me, this is that a much lighter opportunity will be coming your way as we get toward the end of November. So yeah, it could just be as simple as saying you got to ride out these energies temporarily, and the less you do involve yourselves directly in those things, right, the more it's going to help keep your energy clear and leave you open for positive opportunities coming your way. All right, and speaking of positive opportunities coming your way, bottom of the deck we have the Two of Cups. So this is Cancer energy here. So yeah, this could just be saying that maybe you ultimately have a meeting of the minds with someone. So yeah, for some of you, of course, people see this card, they often tend to think of romantic connections, but could be business partnerships, friendships, you name it. So it looks like by you withdrawing from that toxic kind of environment and not really involving yourself in it too much, it's going to keep you open to just meet people that have more on your wavelength. All right, and from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Take Anything Personally. Let's see if we get that to focus. Apparently not. There we go. And it says transform your life. Alright, it says when you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. So, maybe that sounds a little overly optimistic for how that would take place in reality, right? But definitely sounds like a good ideal to reach for anyway. And reading that too does make me think of the fact that, well, I did mention it when we saw Mercury come up. But of course, there is going to be that Mercury retrograde energy at play in November too. Like we said, Mercury is going to be in its shadow period starting around right at the end of the first week of November, and then around the 24th, 25th, I believe it goes retrograde. So that could be one of those things too, where you have that awareness too, like, okay, whether I'm misunderstanding them or they're misunderstanding me, if things seem to be getting a little contentious, I'm just going to withdraw from that. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Go the Distance. Here's the artwork, and the number is 47. So we'll see what this has to say. right, essential meanings says endurance, strength, the long haul. The Oracle's message: to bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will help keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, right? Especially if you do feel like there are some challenges coming up in your environment. I feel like this is just saying if you stay the course, you should ultimately get to your goal destination. All right, the relationship message says you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So yeah, definitely a positive message there for those of you looking for some relationship guidance. So hopefully that resonated. The prosperity message says your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches than you can imagine. Stoke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all the phases of manifestation. Be assured that you are in the right place right now. So yeah, definitely a positive message there again. So yeah, like I said, definitely if you do feel like maybe if there is some unsupportive energy within your environment, I feel like this is saying that engage with that as little as possible and just trust in your abilities and keep moving forward. All right, so hope that resonated for you guys. Wrap up then. I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.